Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network. This is Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer. If it's a car, motorcycle, boat, or anything else with an engine in San Diego, it's on Racer Radio. Now, here's your host, Dave Stahl.
All right, folks. Hey, welcome to Racer Radio, the only motorsport show in Southern California, actually.
that we're aware of.
San Diego, for sure, that supports local racers of all ages and of all forms of motorsports. We don't care what you do.
Right. And if
we're here to help you.
If you're outside San Diego, by the way, you can hear us on iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
We're the iHeartRadio station. Just look for AM 1170, The Answer, and you're in style.
And BaronaSpeedway.com if you want to go out and have the time of your life. Well, guess what? We got Eric Evans on the line. If anybody's been around Cajon Speedway or any local racing whatsoever, you'll all know Eric Evans. And he is going to chat with us about a celebrity race that Barona's working on. How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing fantastic, Dave and Michelle. How are you guys this afternoon?
We're doing wonderful, and the fans going, so we're
great. We're staying cool. Hopefully you are too.
Very nice. I live by the ocean, so yes, I'm definitely staying cool.
Natural air conditioning.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, sure.
So tell us a little bit about this celebrity race. When is what's going on with that?
Well, so we have some friends and racing partners. Billy Baldwin with Countywide Towing and Recovery. He has so graciously donated us some 4-cylinder front-wheel drive race cars that we have turned into race cars, I should say. And we have found us some celebrities who are interested in coming up, putting on a little exhibition, to help get some support for our local racetrack, Barona Speedway. The Salazar family's kind enough to allow us to put this on. So for our first race, we're having Chris Boyer, who is formerly of the DSC, which is now defunct, I guess. And we have Clint August from 1015 KGB, and the very lovely and talented Tabitha Lemkin from Fox 5 News. They're going to be coming up, and I currently have built 2 Honda Civics, put in a roll cage in them, kind of super tuned the computers a little bit, and played with them and took a grocery getter and basically made it a race car out of them. And we're going to be having them up there this coming Saturday, July 28th. Gates open at 3 o'clock. Racing starts at 5. And we're going to be having them come up, mingle with the fans, and then later on in our racing program, probably after our first or second main event, when the temperatures cool a little bit, we're going to stick them in race cars and see how well they can do against each other. Should be a fun time.
Well, you need to take at least 2 spark plug wires off of Boyer's car.
So I've heard. So we, maybe we just won't quite fill him up with quite full of fuel. And
because he is he's a little bit of a ringer. He raced it at Cajon, and I think every single Wednesday, doesn't he have a ride? He invites people out to Miramar Speed Circuit, and I think he runs, anybody of his radio listeners, or he used to do that. So I'm surprised.
Yes, absolutely. He does do the free race Wednesdays, and he does actually have some dirt track racing experience in one of my cars that he used to race down in El Centro. So he does have some experience for sure, and no doubt we're going to start him, at the very least, start him last. If not, maybe we'll just start him on the back straightaway and start everybody else on the front straightaway.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, so it should be a good time, but hey, do not discredit the other 2. Now, we've had Tabitha Lemkin up there at the racetrack just before our racing season started, and I put her in one of my 2-seaters and took her around the racetrack and kind of showed her what was going on. Then I swapped spots with her and let her drive, and Dave, let me tell you, that woman is not scared of a race car.
Excellent.
I'm a big guy, but I'm not going to lie, she kind of made me a little nervous. Apparently, I don't make a very good passenger, so she's not afraid of it by any means. So I look for her to pose a challenge to these other 2 gentlemen for sure.
Well, let's not cut Clint August any slack. I know he's a two-wheel up guy, but I think you might be surprised with his talents. Hopefully, he's going to run out to one of the local kart tracks here in town and get some seat time before he goes out there and makes himself look foolish.
Yeah, absolutely. So some good friends of ours are actually building his car. What we're doing is we're taking our local racers, getting them the cars into their hands, and then they're taking it upon themselves to put roll cages in them, make them safe, and all of that stuff. So our good friends, Phil Comfer and his bunch at Comfer Motorsports, are building Clint's car as we speak. I just seen pictures of it the other day. It's coming along quite nicely. And there's no doubt in my mind that Clint, with his two-wheeled experience, he's used to the speed and the vibration and wearing the helmets and all of that good stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think we have quite the pairing of people here, and we're hoping to do probably 2 more of these, hopefully in conjunction with maybe our figure 8 races that we're going to have at Barona Speedway later on this year. And we'd like to get some other celebrities in there, and maybe for the very last race of the season, we pit all the winners against each other. Yep. And see what happens. And if you or Michelle would like to come out and participate, we would so thoroughly love it. We will find you guys cars. We will bring you up to practice, the full VIP treatment.
Hey, Michelle gets press cars every week, so she can just bring out whatever she's driving that week.
Sure, they wouldn't mind if I tore it up on the track a little bit, right?
Put some numbers on the doors. How bad could it be?
Mm-hmm. Right, just bring it.
What insurance is for?
Exactly. Well, I got a cute story. I can't mention the dealer or the person, but there's this gentleman that went down to a local dealer and leased a car, took it home, gutted it, caged it, took it out, ran in a certain race division at the end of the year, brought the car back, put it all back together, put the interior back in. Of course, you couldn't tell that it had a roll cage bolted in because they put all the carpet back in, took the car back and turned it in as a lease return.
My goodness.
Is that a good one or what?
Oh, brother.
That's very creative there.
So I'm hearing that Phil Confer, who drives the Dwarf, he donated a car, and that is there a need for more cars to be donated? Do you need to put the word out on that?
Yes, we do. We would love. We have people who are willing to build them right now. We are in need of just some front-wheel drive cars.
Right.
The interior is of no consequence. They just need to be running, and we will have people take them home. Basically, completely gut the whole interior, put a roll cage in them, get them to mechanically sound. Get them tuned up and all of that stuff. Basically weld the doors shut, and then we're on the racetrack. So we're trying to keep these cars as stock as possible.
Right.
That way it makes it fair for everybody. There are a few tricks to kind of make them a little bit racy as far as the setup goes.
Right.
Tire staggers. And there's a few things you can do without actually hopping up the engines and things like that. So putting a bunch of speed parts in it. So you're just basically trying to make them turn a little bit better, because we're taking things from, early 2000s, late 1990s, and we're making them do things that these cars weren't exactly designed to do. So there are a few little tricks of the trade, per se. But yes, we are in need of a few cars. So if anybody has something and they would like to promote their business or something like that, because we're going to be putting newscasters in them. These races are going to be on television. Mm-hmm. They are going to be on the radio, things like that. So I'm sure your celebrity would love to, promote your business and things of that nature. So if anybody has something like that, please reach out to Barona Speedway. You can do it at baronaspeedway.com. And we will find somebody to build them. Or if you just want to be a part of it, we would love to have any help that we can get. If you have any type of product sponsor, whether it be something as simple as an oil change, a few spare tires, things of that nature that you'd like to donate, we would be happy to. Because as of right now, we are funding all of this. Each race team is funding it out of their own, which creates a little bit of a healthy rivalry between race teams. I say right now, I'm building 2. Phil Comfort's building one, and we have people lined up who want to build them. But just right now, we have currently ran out of cars to build. So if you have something, please contact BaronaSpeedway.com.
Well, and you and I know how well this celebrity race thing worked. We did it at Cajon Speedway, but there is a side note to it for anybody that decides they want to do this. It could be addictive. That's how Chris Boyer got into it, because he did a celebrity race out there, and I think Bill Holland and his son, they got in. So you got to be careful with these celebrity races because you can get hooked.
Yes, you absolutely can get hooked, and it is a total lifestyle. It's everything from where we shop to the clothes that we wear.
That's right.
To our friends and our family. It becomes a complete and total lifestyle. And I am hoping that we hit a few of these people who actually decide that this is a really good time, and I think we would like to come out and do this on a regular basis. I can point them in the right direction.
Right.
You know, for whatever meets their need for speed. We have all the way from the kids racing, starting at 5 years old, to people who are racing into their 70s. So which division would you like to race in, and how fast would you like to go? We can definitely find them something to race. So that's our plan, is let's get more people involved. Let's keep racing alive in San Diego.
Yep.
And the more we can get involved, the better it's going to be for all of us.
Absolutely. So and the cool thing about these celebrity cars, once the race is over, we just save them for the next, we do it once a month, every 2 months, whatever. Then we can get different celebrities in there, and they can go out, sell advertising. We can get somebody to wrap the cars or put decals on it. And not only could the cars, maybe even make a little bit of money, but the main thing is it'll get butts in the seat, because everybody that watches TV and has somebody on TV that they're a fan of, they're going to want to come out and support them.
Yes, absolutely. And the great thing is we will provide access so you can come up, shake hands with them, maybe get their autograph, get a picture taken with them. That is our plan. And we are starting this off very small, but we have a grand vision, hoping to make this bigger and bigger with each time that we do it.
Yep.
And like you said it yourself, once we are finished with the first celebrity race, we will already have those cars. We will be adding more cars to them. So then we can then take and put more celebrities in those cars. And maybe if somebody knows a certain movie star or television star, hey, let's get them down to our little quarter-mile dirt track and put them in a race car. I would love to see something like that.
Wouldn't Kyle Larson look good behind the wheel of one of those little hot rods?
I think Kyle Larson would look very good behind the wheel of one of those little hot rods. I would like to race him myself. I am nowhere near a celebrity. However, if we put Kyle Larson in one of them things, I'm going to have to get me one just to go out there and mix it up, just to say I've done it.
Well, Eric, you are the ambassador for local motorsports. Nobody works harder to help keep people coming to these local tracks, and we thank you for that. And we thank you for all the work you're doing on the celebrity race. It'll be July 28th, folks. Barona Speedway. Make sure you're out there. Buddy, we'll talk to you down the road.
Dave and Michelle, thank you for keeping racing alive in San Diego. Appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
All right. So like us on Facebook, Racer Radio. Also, You Ought to Know has a Facebook page. If you are out of the San Diego area and want to listen to us, go to iHeartRadio, because AM 1170, the answer is a iHeartRadio station.
Absolutely. All right, folks, keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up.
And happy trails to you from AM 1170, the answer.
Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network.